Welcome back, everybody. James Glenn here with Samantha Schwartz. She is running for SAISD School Board. Ms. Schwartz, how are we doing today?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Kind of just tell us about yourself and why you decided to kind of run.
Well, I have been in law enforcement for the last close to 14 years. Worked over at crime scene. I've worked in the fire marshal's office. I'm over at the DA's office now. So I've been around the town and working in the investigation fields. You kind of hear things and, you see things, you hear things, you speak about things. But the reason I decided to run is because I kept hearing things and hearing people speak about things regarding the school district and, the way they were being treated and the way they're not being heard in some of their genuine concerns. And that kind of bothered me. I don't think that anybody should not be heard. So I decided to put my name in there and
give it a shot.
Give it a shot. Yes.
It seems like transparency is a real big issue with you. Like, you want to be as transparent as possible.
Yes. I would rather be transparent than not. I'd rather just state it how it is. I want the people, if they've got a question or if they want to know something, I think they should be able to come and ask that question and not be dismissed as if it didn't matter. And I feel like a problem with SAISD, the board, is they're doing a lot of dismissing, and it's upsetting a lot of parents. You don't get trust if you can't answer a simple question without diverting it to something else or making them feel they're wrong for asking you that. So I'd like to fix that situation.
Well, speaking of kind of being more transparent, I think everybody wants to know where their money is going. When you're giving money to something, there's a big bond coming up for SAISD.
Yes.
What do you think about the bond?
I think the bond this is the worst time the bond could even come.
Yeah, you have two of them out. You have the school bond and the rodeo bond.
Yes.
Both at one time.
We do have both at one time. I will speak on the school bond right now. I am not in for the school bond at all. I will just straight out, I'm not for the school bond. And the reason I'm not for the school bond is because, one, we can barely afford to live right now. The economy is horrible, and we're trying to, we just got out of one presidency. We're trying to get through those kind of politics and our city needs to get back on its feet. The country needs to get back on its feet. So I think adding more money to people, even the longevity of it, you're going to be putting people out. I know people can't even afford to feed their kids. What about them not being able to house them?
Right. So
I think this is a horrible time for the bond to come around. And I think they need to, without me having seen, now I haven't seen anything yet, but I think they need to manage their money a little better, the money they do have. So I'm not for the bond at all. Well, I'm definitely not for the bond.
Kind of my next question was where, because it's been 20 some odd years since a bond has passed for SAISD. There have been, 2 failed ones since. Where would you consider looking for additional money if?
Well, my thoughts on this are they have found additional monies to build, renovate the schools since I was working in the fire marshal's office. They found quite a bit of time and money to renovate the schools. This I know to be a fact and to add stuff because this would come through our office.
Okay.
As of one of the offices. So I'm not, dumb to that fact.
Right.
What most people don't see is some of the things that happen outside. They see it's an old building, but they don't tell you that they gutted that building or they've done this or that. But I think they need to learn to manage some of the money a little better. I don't think some of the salaries of some of the people there should be what they are. I think teachers need to get a little bit more money.
Right. I don't think any teacher's going to disagree with you.
I don't think
any teacher anywhere is going to disagree with you.
I think it's horrible what they get paid. But that being said, they found money to put a newspaper out to everybody about this bond.
Right.
How much did that cost?
Probably
right?
a good chunk of change.
I mean, it seems like there's a lot of spending going on, but there's not a lot of accountability for that spending. So I think going in there, I'd like to look at some of the accountability that's going on. Do, some checks and balances. Let's see where everything's going.
Right.
Let's let everybody know. I mean, that's what they want. They want to know. If they want to be able to pass a bond in the future, first of all, that is an astronomical amount. But if they want to be able to even pass half of that in the future, they need to learn to build that bridge back to the community and gain that trust back. Right now, they do not have it, and it's just not going to happen.
Well, one good question people have posed a lot of is they've closed down multiple schools. Mm-hmm. But then you're asking for, $400 million, but you're closing schools. And you've been an assistant fire marshal.
Yes.
You know what a safe school is supposed to look like. I mean, right? I mean, don't.
Yeah, no, I do. And I don't think, so they've closed these schools down, and I don't think what they have done, they've really done entirely correctly. Are they actually keeping and maintaining these buildings up?
Right.
If not,
well,
where's
how
all
much
that
money
going?
is being spent on maintaining those buildings that are
Exactly.
no longer in use?
Why are we still holding on to this land? Why are we still, I don't understand some of this.
I mean, those are all valid concerns for even parents out there to have.
Yeah.
If you live next to one of these buildings that isn't being used, you're gonna have transients moving in eventually.
Exactly.
If
We have a high transient problem here.
We do?
I had dangerous buildings when I was over at the fire marshal's office for a while. And they will go, when it's cold, they're going to go into the nearest place. And especially if nobody's going to see them, they're going to go in there, they're going to build their fires, they're whatever they've got to do.
How many fires do they have at the homeless camp over there?
Oh, my goodness.
Countless?
Oh, my gosh. I can't even count how many.
We
literally.
responded to a few.
On the 14th Street one, it was horrible. All the time. And that's right next to the school, along the river, right next to the schools.
Right.
Yeah, that was not good. But yeah, you come into those problems. I just think there's a lot of mismanaging money. I'd love to look at the books. I would love to see where all the money's going. I want to see what's going where and who's spending what, because you can't keep saying that you don't have money to repair any of these buildings, but yet you've got new tennis courts, or you've got, a whole new basketball gym. You've got new buildings on school properties. Where are those monies coming from?
Right.
And I think a lot of the transparency with the parents, if you see that they have an issue with something and you've seen this rumors going around, why not just address it? Go and find out. Go in person, find out.
In front of it type thing.
Yeah, nip it in the butt right there and put it to rest. And that's something I want to do. And I have done with a few things that I've heard. So.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, was there anything else you wanted to talk about before?
No. If you're looking for change, if you want someone that's going to be transparent, tell you the truth, whether you may like it or not, I'm definitely the person to vote for, because I will definitely tell you exactly how it is, exactly what I see.
All right. Well, Ms. Schwartz, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Back to you.